So, the journey begins when the players are on a boat to an island called the Island of a Thousand Traps. You have been sent there by the Adventurers Guild from the mainland to deal with a cult that has been plaguing this island. You don't know too much about the cult other than that you're gonna be paid a lot to try and deal with them and get rid of them. And you've heard these rumors that they've been really bothering the people that live on this town. But other than that, it's really mysterious to you. Let's see. We have Jerry's character here. The player name is do you have the name here?
Yeah, apparently. So, hang on. My character's supposed to be a RuneScape bot that just randomly gained consciousness one day. So, apparently I go by, yeah, that's my name. You guys just call me JR.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
Wait,
yeah,
what were you
I don't
buying?
know. I just woke up one day, like, I'm just really, like, I don't know anything, except I'm really good at, like, cutting trees. That's like, if I see a tree, I know like it's the exact fibers on how to chop it, and that's literally all I'm good at. And yeah, the only thing in my possession is this axe. So that's my character.
Just an axe? You have some starting gold and like stuff, right? Or did you just?
No, I just have an axe and I have an armor. But yeah, I guess I can fight. Yeah, I guess I feel like a fighter. You know, I don't know. What's up?
So does your guy even remember how you became a part of the Adventurers Guild?
I just like gained conscious one day, and then like I came here looking for answers because like, yeah, I just woke up in the middle of the forest holding an axe. I didn't know what to do, so some guy picked me up and took me to the Adventurers Guild, and yeah, so now,
Okay.
yeah, they brought me to the ropes, and I guess I'm a fighter. I really don't have much of a background, but if there's a tree that needs to be cut, you know, I'm your guy.
When you're sitting in the hull of this boat, and do you say anything to the other people that are from the guild? Sasha, your character. I'm gonna have to open your character sheet.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm gonna. Do you want to introduce yourself at all?
Sure. So we got a blue skin of a Vulcan dude and a bowler hat. Got lots of kind of bits and bobbins and fingerless work gloves. Kind of bright clothes. Let's see what else do I have as descriptors here. Yeah, he's got rings on basically every single one of his fingers. Got lots of like pouches and pockets, like a big leather apron that he's wearing, just like from the waist down. He's got a big backpack on with like what appears to be a small household's worth of junk in there. Yeah, so he's just he got in contact with the Adventurers Guild because he needs some money.
That makes sense.
Right.
What's your name again?
Zulun.
Oh, hello, Zulun. You just call me JR, I guess.
Okay, JR, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Damn, we have so many things. I feel really, really underprepared. But
Oh no, that's just me. I tend to carry around more than the average folk.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, this axe has got me this far, so.
I'm thinking about. I don't know if I could explain. Oh yeah, sorry. Was that it?
Yeah. Well, okay.
I
So what the other characters see when you see Andrew's character, you see Penor Johnson. He's kind of like standing
Penor
ominously
Johnson.
like a thug.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce that? Penor
Penor Jansen.
Penor Jansen, nice to meet you.
Likewise. I'm yeah, in character. I'm just gonna like be like sup. I'm not really gonna tell you anything about myself. But if you want to hear out of character, I'm a halfling rogue. I've just been on these streets stealing shit my whole life. If I see something, I steal it, and it's mine now, and I don't give a fuck about any morality involved in that. And
Alright.
yeah, but I just got kind of bored of that and decided to go on an adventure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, let's do this. Whatever.
yeah. In character,
Consider-
it's just up, guys.
All right.
I'm Pinor.
Yeah, sup.
Do you? I'm just gonna move your guy over, Jerry, so he's standing with the other guys.
Alright. So we're just chilling by a tree, or?
Eventually, after about a week at sea, you get to the island, and you come off the island. There's like there's like a landing area by a beach, but once you get past the beach, there's like not even like an arm's distance away before it's like really dense foliage, and it's a very tropical rainforest, and everything is very, very wet and humid here. You eventually make your way to a hamlet. And I was distracting me with the hands.
Handle it.
There's a small guild house built to accommodate people from the mainland, and you go in there and you see a bunch of people like all kind of sitting around, and they all turn their heads, and then like they slowly start to realize that yeah, you guys are adventurers, and then they come up to you and say, okay, you must be the reinforcements. It's been a while since anyone has been here. We're still investigating the cult. This our mage, his name is Ignatius. He went off and he went to investigate a little while ago. You haven't heard him in about 2.5 days now. You're supposed to check out this tomb. There's a family tomb that the cult has been like kind of having operations based out of. So we need you guys to go there into the woods and to deal with the cult. And as he says this, he kind of like he seems exasperated, and he kind of like goes back to like slumping in his chair, and all the other Adventurers Guild members, like a ragtag group of people sitting in this hall, they're kind of just like they're kind of like a defeated attitude.
Oh,
Sorry, how much did you tell us about the main guy that's talking to us? Is he like in charge or anything?
It doesn't seem to be anyone that's in charge. He seems kind of like a normal warrior type guy.
Okay.
Oh, he says, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask your names. What you guys are from the Adventurers Guild?" And he has to see your papers and your little like insignia that goes with the you have like this little guild crest. So once he sees that from you guys, I assume your character holds on to it like normal, even if you're JR. He's like basically a bot that woke up. He still has it.
yeah. I don't know what this is. It's on me.
Yeah, I pull it out of one of my many pockets. Probably signed earlier this afternoon.
I'm reluctant. But I'll just show it. I'll just show it to him. But I gotta have a sour look on my face when I do it.
Yeah, I'm just sort of going with whatever you say.
All right, he says, "I'm Boris. I am here to kind of be like the go-between between the people on the island. They're not that worried about the cult, actually. Like, some of them don't even think it's like a big deal. So, like, some people have actually been affected by the cult."
Wait, I can't move my guys. Can you promote me? I can't. Sorry, one sec. There we go, thank you. That's like, wait, spectators can't really move anything. Alright. Sorry, what was that?
Hold on. I want to ask Boris how many adventurers he's seen come before us.
He kind of like, he seems a bit apprehensive at first, but then he says about 3 or 4 a month for the past half a year have been like kind of like filtering like through as reinforcements are being added to our forces.
All right.
Did you just try and add something?
I'd like. I'll roll like persuasion if I need to, but I want to know how many have come back. Is there anyone still in town that has seen this shit that we can talk to?
He says, yeah, about half of them have stayed on and are either like living by themselves on the island or here in the Adventurers Guild Hall.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, he doesn't
Boris.
seem to be too withholding of information, but it does kind of seem off to you that you're just being sent out. You're not like he's not like going with you. Did someone's trying to add something here, but it's prompting for me to import something? Are you trying to put something in?
No, that's fine. Just messing around. I look at that tree over there. I don't know. I'm just sort of like, yeah, just agreeing with whatever you guys are saying, and just staring at that tree.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
the trees here seem to be like very old and like very like that would be really nice to go at some of these trees here. You've already noticed.
I mean, excuse me.
Okay.
I really need to check out this tree. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Okay. I want to first make a deception roll to Boris to tell him that JR is a seasoned arborist, and yeah, I'm sure he has some good reason for looking at that tree right now.
I start chopping down the tree.
All right, Jerry, you can roll. I'll say your character is proficient in it, so you can add your proficiency and your strength. And yeah, roll your thing, and I believe you have proficiency in that.
So
I wanted to say Pete Paynor to kind of like play it off, but you're like, no, it's Peen. I tried to make it a bit more subtle, but you weren't having any of that.
Oh, fuck. All right,
No, I like this name a lot.
So that's 9 plus 3 plus 2, so I got a 14.
If you really don't like it, I could be Jansen. It's fine. But I'm not gonna pronounce it differently.
Okay.
You just go by Jansen.
I want you to narrate how your character does the wood chopping, like describe for me.
Okay. Describe. Okay. So I just look at this tree and like instinctively I know what to do. I take my axe, and like it's almost robotic how I just hit the same. I just keep hitting the same section over and over again, and it makes like a really rhythmic like sound. I just keep going at it. You know, I don't tire. Nothing. Just the first hit is as strong as my 50th hit. I'm still going.
Okay. So the rest of the people in the rest of the Adventurers Guild Hall people are kind of like looking outside the door, and it's raining and it's like windy on this like deserted island, and they're kind of like
Unaffected.
they're like, oh, you know, they're not, they don't think you're weird. They think that, oh, he's very industrious. It's good. So the guy Boris, he thinks of it as normal, but then you start to lie to him. So what did you roll? Pinor, you said you were going to roll a deception check, and what happened?
Yeah, I wanted to roll a deception check to basically say that he's some kind of experienced woodman and arborist, and I might not know what he's doing, but I'm sure this is like part of the adventure. So I'm rolling a deception for that. Yeah.
All right, what did you get?
Okay, I roll a d20. What's my bonus though? I have a big bonus.
Your charisma plus. And you have +3 charisma, and
So that's an 18 that I just rolled. I rolled a nat 15 +3 charisma. Do I get anything extra for having the like the perk? Deception?
you add +2 because you have your you're proficient in it, and I believe it's just +2 from that at level 1. And you said something about a perk.
Yeah, so it's +5 total. That's what it says next to deception for me. Yeah. So it's 20. So that's a 20.
Did you pick a feat for your level 1, or did you just have? Oh, sorry, you're not a human. Okay, so when you say this to him, he's like,
sheet, right?
he starts to beam with like newfound happiness, and he says, "Wow, you guys are going to make a real difference on this island. I can already tell." And he seems to kind of like get like a bit of his stride back, and he seems to like be like back to being like a bit of glowing confidence to him.
Alright, I have another request of Boris.
Alright.
Then. I'm gonna make a persuasion roll to persuade him to come and guide us a little bit of the way, just as far as he's comfortable with. He can turn back wherever.
Okay, as you're saying this, Fizzpot, do you do anything? Or that wasn't your Zaloon? I thought your guy's name was Fizzpot for some reason, or was that from before?
I have no idea where that is.
Okay, so your character's name is just Zaloon. I thought Fizzpot for some reason. I must be.
Wait, so where's this? Where's the character model for who we're supposed to be talking to?
I don't have one. This is all
Oh,
just
okay.
imaginary for now.
All right, do you want me to put one in for you? What's the guy look like?
I'll put it in.
If he's gonna come along with us, if this succeeds, we might
Yeah.
be in for a bit.
By the way, how am I doing on this tree?
It's you're almost done.
All right, just still going.
All right, this is Boris.
Ooh,
No, he's not very good for this one. I'm going to say this is him. I like this guy
That is a
more.
woman. Okay, that's Boris. That's cool.
oh, what's up, Boris?
Do we want to just move him next to me? Cause I'm talking to him right now. Yeah.
So he's gonna start heading out. He's listening to you. Roll your persuasion check.
Yeah. Okay. All right, 13 plus. Should be +3.
Wait, why did I turn around?
Wait. Is it +3? Because I have persuasion as an actual perk.
Yeah.
But it just says on my thing. It says +3.
You add 5
So it'd be
altogether.
+3 +2. So it'd be +3 +2, so 5.
Excellent. Okay, so that's an 18.
Sorry, Sasha, I cut you off there. I believe. Do you do anything?
No, I'm just observing and following along.
All right.
All right.
So as you manage to chop the tree, you see Boris walk past. He's kind of like striding and walking along. He's mostly just like kind of checking out the town, and he tells you that you guys can buy things from the market. There's also a shaman's hut a bit off to the side. You can ask her for help. I don't know if she'll be like too willing to help or anything, but you can always try. And he kind of like points off into the direction. There's like a bit of a clearing and a trail into the woods, and he says that's where you're gonna have to go.
Alright, can I add some logs to my inventory?
Yeah, do it.
How many logs did I get?
4.
Okay, I got 4 logs. Perfect. All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. I just
All right.
just had to get that out of the way. But I think, yeah, I've been listening, in the background. So so let's get going. I heard there's a town.
All
We
right.
can check it out.
Boris is coming with us where we're going, right? I
No,
persuaded him to come on the trail.
he said, "Oh, you know what? I'll walk halfway with you on the trail to kind of make sure that you're going in the right way."
That's reasonable. Okay.
You're very reasonable, sir.
That's basically what I was at. That's basically what I was asking him. Okay. All right. So are we going on the trail or are we going to the town first?
I'm cool with whatever you guys want to do. I'm just satisfied, just caressing my logs in my backpack.
All right. I'm gonna say, in character, this shaman seems like a useful fellow, lady, lass. Do you want to go talk to the shaman then?
Yeah. What about you? What's Sasha's name?
Balloon.
How do you spell that?
Written at the bottom of my icon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me name it. How do you spell it?
Zulun.
Zaloon. Okay, perfect. There we go. Now you're Zaloon. I won't forget. All right, what do you think, Zaloon?
I can't see why not. It absolutely can be beneficial to have a guide.
For sure.
Might as well be somebody who's been here before.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're on the road then. Should we actually move anywhere, or is it like
no, you don't have to move anywhere. You guys anywhere as you come up to this hut that has like heavy matted leaves and sticks and kind of like pine tree furs, like pushed like layers and layers of it to like keep it warm and like dry. Boars like kind of raps on the top of the door, and he kind of like nods and to her while like pointing at you guys with the chin, and then he kind of just like stands outside of the door like kind of leaning. And you go into this, you like have to duck a bit to step in to this hut. There's all sorts of dried herbs, and like smoke is like assaulting your senses as soon as you come in. It's like really dank and herbally in this hut. This shaman woman, she has like another guy there is kind of just like he's sitting with cross-legged and looking at you guys, and the shaman like kind of like turns up, and she has like this like weird look on her face, and she kind of like seemed to be coming out of the middle of a trance or some sort of ecstatic state, and she looks over at you and like, what brings you here?
Apparently, the same thing that's brought several people here before. So, if you don't mind us, we will continue on our way.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Zulu, not a big fan of what is this? Was this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna name a random herb, but.
I'm a fan of getting this job done, getting paid. So, if this isn't an important stop, we should keep going.
Well, let's find out if it is an important stop. What's your name, shaman person?
You're talking to the...
Yeah, what's her name? I'm asking her name.
Oh, she says, I am Zensa. I am the shaman who works on this island as the, I kind of work as the intermediary between the leader here and the spirit world. And she's kind of just like staring at you guys and sizing you up.
It's the
Are there a
spirit
lot of
world.
spirits on this island?
Oh yes, many troubled spirits. And she kind of like rocks back and forth like this, like kind of getting giddy, and she's like really staring and fixating and like really taking in all the details of you guys.
Is there a model for her?
I'm gonna roll a persuasion on her. I'm gonna say, well, maybe if you could help us with our troubles, we could think about the spirit's troubles a bit more. We really need to know a lot about this cult. I got a 6.
Ooh, but you add 5, so you get 11.
11. If I even need persuasion, I didn't ask that.
Okay, she says, yes, a lot of people have been coming and asking about this cult. I'm still not 100% sure about it myself, actually. Some people take it very seriously. Others say it isn't something to be worried about at all. But one thing's for sure, yeah, a lot of people have been coming through asking questions about it.
How do we... Sorry. How do we identify?
You mean like use the spell identify?
Well, how do I identify a cult member? Like, do they all wear the same outfit, or can they just be anybody?
She says, I don't know who these cult people are worshipping right now, but it's probably not Hector. Hector is the god people worship from the Adventurers Guild land. So she said that's the one guy to rule out at this point. That's probably who those people paid you to. That's probably the reason why you're taking out these cult members right now. And she says, if you want me to help you, my rate is 40. You have to give me 40 gold pieces, and I will look into this and work on it independently of you guys.
What exactly are you going to be bringing to the table on this?
She like leans back, and you see she has like some herbs in like in her hand, and she says, "I will consult the spirits, and I will set things in motion that will be beneficial to you."
Are the herbs clean, or are they how would you say, grimy?
There's you can see that they're like hung up on strings, and that it's like they just look normal. They don't look dirty or anything.
Oh, okay. Just
Alright.
checking.
Is there anything I can tell about this person that would seem untrustworthy, or that, you know, there is significant risk if we don't use her aid?
She does seem a bit I want to use the word unhinged, or a little bit zany, kind of like an animaniac. Kind of weird, but there's nothing to indicate that she would be malevolent or bad. She just seems like a kind of self-serving.
So would I? Obviously, I know the price of the logs I have. Do they carry like a value in gold on this island, or?
It depends on who you ask. You'd have to ask each, like it'd be a different value probably to each NPC. It's not like, you know how there's the sheet of
Right. Right. There's no like set
yes.
price.
So
for these
so
logs.
after this like couple of minutes have transpired, the shaman she walks up to Zuluun and starts like tugging. Can you see my face when I'm talking, by the way, or like my hand?
No, because I'm watching through Steam,
Oh,
so I don't see
okay.
your face.
Oh, by the way, on Discord I posted what my character's supposed to look like. Just
Okay.
Nice.
Sends
So
up.
I'm making like a grabbing motion with my hand.
You look like a RuneScape.
At the camera. I'm making a grabbing motion, Sasha, because she's kind of like grabbing at your shirt sleeve and like tugging at you and saying like,
Yeah, I actively avoid that.
you come in search of cures. You want to be cured. And she's like, you get this weird feeling like you were asking before, if like you need to ask for help from her, but you're kind of telling that she's kind of legit already, because she's like seeing things without like knowing. She can like.
All right. Well, do you guys have any gold on you? Because I just have these logs. I'd be willing to give them up.
I need to take a quick. Hey, can we take a quick huddle outside of the earshot of Boris or the shaman? All right.
Yeah, sure. Excuse us 1 second.
I have nowhere near this much money. Her health seems kind of valuable. I mean, spirits are cool and all. Anyone opposed to me try to just deceive her and tell her I'll pay her later?
Deceive? Like you mean you're gonna lie to her?
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna say that you have gold, but you don't actually have gold?
Tell her I'll get it to her later.
We're going to get paid for this after the fact, so it would only make sense that she does too.
Yeah. Tell her I have gold too.
Thinking. I don't want to piss Boris off either. We might need him.
I mean, I'm willing to give up some logs. I don't know how much they're worth here, but if they want, I have four really nice logs. They all look like the same. But
We're not getting paid in advance. She shouldn't either.
All right. Look. Okay. I'll try persuasion then. Actually, it's deception because I have no idea if I intend to pay her or not. It doesn't matter. It's the same bonus either way.
All right,
Wait. What? Oh yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
before you roll the die, say what you're going to say.
Actually, wait. Maybe I should use persuasion instead of deception, because maybe she'll detect deception.
I mean,
I'm
you're
gonna
pretty
use
persuasive.
I'll use persuasion, because maybe for now I think I actually do intend to pay her later. It's like this maybe something like I didn't bring all my money with me, on the the ferryman looks a little sketchy, but hey, if we do well against this cult, I'll have all the money we need. So have a little trust in advance. 11, 16.
Would you say she looks something like this?
She says, "Okay, I'll start to look into it on my own on the side, and if you want my help later, you can pay me later, and I'll help you out more once we've learned some more about what's going on.
Works for me. Is that
Yes, sir.
actually
Yeah,
not my
fine.
dress hair? That does kind of look like it. All right. Okay, I'm satisfied with this visit.
Yeah, Dan, if you ever need bottles or anything, just let me know.
Okay, cool.
Apparently
So
I can get them all to load except the one I want.
All right.
uh
All right. What do we say, boys? Are we actually don't know where we're gonna go next? Town or the trail? I think are our options, right?
yep. Or the woods. Or the beach, but you didn't really see much on the beach.
Okay, so we came from the beach. I suppose we're in the town if we're in the shaman hut, or is this like farther from?
Yeah, the shaman hut is like barely that far away from town at all. It's like it's right next to town basically.
I mean, do you guys have anything you would like to do in the town?
I don't need any items.
Nor
Information would be good, but
I'm
we can
ready to
also...
go.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just get into it.
Yeah, I don't know what these things, like, eventually maybe I want to get some of that stuff you're wearing called armor, but, I don't know, it just feels weird on me, 'cause I've been, just in these plain clothes for so long.
All right, so Boris starts to lead you out along the trail. Oh, this isn't him. I keep picking up Jerry. Boris, he walks you out along the trail, and
It's in the fog, we disappear into it.
for about an hour, he leads you out, and then he says, "All right, this is as far as I go. You're looking for a kind of crypt-looking tomb place," and then he heads
Damn,
back.
A crypt-looking
Okay.
tomb. Thank you so much for that information.
He says, "Oh, you're welcome. I'll see you back at the guild house."
Okay.
I'm rolling
I
another
mean-
persuasion. I'm rolling another persuasion to keep him with us, to come see the entrance of the tomb.
Okay, roll
15.
15. You see him kind of plant his heel in the earth and turn it sideways, really apprehensively, and he's like, "Guys, I don't want to go. I really don't want to go out there and face them anymore. I'm just really not wanting to deal with this anymore. I'm just gonna work on the logistical side of things now."
Okay.
He needs
So
he
okay.
needs either further convincing or something else, but he does not want to. He seems only a little bit on the fence, but he's mostly like terrified. You can tell.
Alright, so I take it if you're not willing to do as much work as we are, I'm going to be getting, the lion's share of your pay as well.
He says, "Actually, yeah, if you deal with the cult, you will get a substantial more amount of gold than the people who are just kind of doing the logistics of it."
Works for me. I head in.
All right, hold on. Before we go, I'm gonna go. That you know what, Boris? That's perfectly reasonable. It was really nice meeting you. I'm gonna give him a hug and then try to pick his pockets.
No. Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
All right. That's a 12 plus 7, so I got 19.
And he really thinks that you're genuine too. That's the sad part. And let's see. You get 12 silver pieces, and you manage to get a healing potion as well.
Okay. Bye, Boris. See you back in town.
Can I just walk up after and just actually give him a hug?
Yeah, you don't even have to roll.
Like, I go through the motions, but there's no emotion behind it. I just sort of just wrap my arms around him. Like, just making eye contact the whole time. I just wrap my arms around him. And it's like, goodbye, Boris.
Oh, all right.
Do I need to roll?
No need.
Yeah. Just standard hug, just face to face.
Okay, you come upon like sort of a clearing, but it's not like a full clearing. There's only about a few arms width of space between these moss-covered marble and granite It's only marble in some of the places, but you can tell that this is like a pretty nice building.
All we see is a floating gate.
Is when you move your guys, does it get rid of the fog of war at all?
No, you need to give us fog permissions.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do that.
I do not know how to do that.
Honestly, you can just probably lift the fog, or like just resize the fog to show us what you want to see. Unless you want me to just go through, you have to give me host. Which would just get rid of the fog. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You sure you can't
I'll
pull back part of it?
Yeah, he can resize it until like, to show us. So. Yeah, I mean.
So I got rid of the first part of it.
So this square is there supposed to be something? So this block right here is like just touching whatever object is right here. So it's hidden. It's hidden the whole thing. So you need to resize this one slightly.
Oh yeah, you can barely see anything. And go to that.
Yeah. And also, if this fog is touching whatever's you have under here, then it'll make the whole thing invisible. It's kind of all or nothing with these fog blocks. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, we see the floor.
Okay, that should be good for now.
Yeah, cool. Oh.
So you see these kind of semi-ruined. There's a walkway leading up, and a portcullis gate is blocking off a platform up ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really don't know how to go about this. Does anyone have experience with exploring?
Wait, so how blocked is this? Like, can we not just start walking up here, or is I gonna have to like roll to like get on this, or?
You don't have to roll. You can just walk up to the gate part.
Alright.
Alright, well.
Usually I just think about where I want to go.
Yeah.
And then I go there, yeah.
Well, that sounds like a plan for me. Yeah, I'm fine to just start walking up the stairs a bit.
Alright. I think about just being at top of the stairs.
Oof.
Yeah. When you get up to the top part, you see that it's the gate's locked shut, but you can kind of step. There's no like side parts, so you can kind of hop over this part here.
Wait, we make it up the stairs fine?
Yep.
Okay. I think about getting around this. I think about being on the other side of this gate.
When you get up to the top part, you can hear hissing and clicking in another language.
Wait, are we inside yet, or are we outside the gate still?
You're at the top part, and you kind of had to hop across, but there's about more than a 10 feet drop down if you were to fall down, so you kind of just have to like sideways hop across.
Do you want to position us where you were?
Zillion, are you with us?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Do you want to position us where we should be then? Like,
So
what are you trying to explain?
So do any of you guys speak Draconian?
No.
Like, are we on the ledge here?
Yeah, you just made it to the ledge, and now you can decide if you want to go anywhere else around this ledge part.
I wanted to do a perception check once I got in here.
Okay, you can do that now.
Okay, it's D20? Alright, I
Yep.
have a -1, but I'm still gonna try it. 8, it's an 8.
Yeah, you hear you hear it a bit more than a whisper. It sounds like our angry hissing and bickering, kind of but like bickering back and forth between each other. I guess none of you guys have Draconian.
Nope.
No. Can I, when I get up here, can I use sense trees?
What?
To see if there's any trees around us?
There,
within, like,
you're in the
30
woods. Yeah, there's a lot.
Are there any like in the immediate, like on this platform?
No, it's
Okay.
it's not even a stone's throw away from the forest.
Wait, sorry, are we in an enclosed space or is this still like open space?
The enclosed space is like as soon as you get forward. This is mostly open though. This platform you're on.
Okay, it's open, so we can see everything around us. Okay.
Yeah, but
Still
you can't see. You can just hear, like just on the other side of this open doorway. Like if you were to step out in front of here, say you would be able to see who is kind of bickering at each other.
Well, I guess we should probably do that.
I mean, do you guys know what they're saying? Like they're just making weird noises.
You're clearly speaking a language none of us know.
Fair enough.
Well, only way is forward. Might as
Yeah,
well
let's go say hi.
Sneak a peek at them.
I am right behind you.
I'd like to peek real carefully around the corner. Is that over here?
Okay, roll a hide check then.
A hide check? I have a lot of stealth.
All of us or just him?
Just him.
17 plus. Is it plus my stealth?
Uh,
Or is that...
Yeah, you plus your stealth.
Yeah, so that's a 24 to hide.
okay. You're able to get a good look at a draconian and a goblin standing out across from the hall, kind of like angrily bantering at each other, kind of like bickering. They don't even notice you. You also see further down the hall pillars and some jars assorted on the ground. You see marble statues on either side of the hallway as well.
Okay. How far away are the guys from me?
Let's see. Can you see the squares? Each square is 5 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20. The closest one is about 50, and the other guy is only about 60, 65 feet.
50 feet.
Yep.
Okay. You know what I have a crossbow. I'm not gonna shoot them right now. I just want to know for later. I have a
Peaceful
crossbow.
range is 80.
80?
Yep.
Okay.
If it's light crossbow, it's 80 feet.
Nice. It just says crossbows from like the rogue starter pack, but it probably is a light one because I'm so small.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm gonna.
What do you?
back.
Yeah. What do you see up there?
Yeah, there's a ugly lizard dude and a stinky goblin, and they're whispering. They look real malevolent and ugly. And there's farther down,
Okay.
there's a bunch of shit that I don't recognize. It looks kind of sus. I mean, it could just be pots of wine. It could be people's brains. I don't know. This place is fucking weird. What do you guys?
Yeah. I mean, are they the cultists or are they just Are these the cultists that we were sent here for?
I mean, what did the shaman? Sorry, anyone remember what the shaman lady said? She didn't give us any information on like what they wear, did they? Did she?
Nah.
We asked what they looked like, and they talked about what god they worshipped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they just said it wasn't Hector. I don't even worship Hector, so I don't know what they're. There were definitely statues at the end of the hall, but I mean, you can make a statue of anyone.
Right.
Wait, but this is the crypt they told us to go to, right?
Yep. As far as you know, this is it does.
I mean, he led us here, right?
It doesn't
Oh, I
really.
trust Boris.
There aren't any obvious signs of it being a crypt yet, but it does look like it could be that.
Well, 2 of them, 3 of us. I say we shoot them. What do you guys think?
Shoot him. I could try to chop him.
Well, I assume after I shoot them, they'll come running to us. At which point that actually.
All right. So, okay. So you shoot them, and then I'll wait here to chop them. Shouldn't be too hard.
Alright,
What do you say?
Any objections, Zaloon? Do you want to try and talk to them or something?
None for me.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go back to that corner. Is that same corner I peeked around? Is that like the last thing before I'd be like right in the sight line?
You could step straight back, actually, basically all the way to the ledge, and still see him if he's not moving out from there.
The ledge of this platform.
Yeah, when I press tab, it spawns a little arrow.
I'm not sorry. Try it again. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't. Oh,
You can
there.
sit.
Oh wait, they're on that side.
You're on this side. He's in there. That's how
What?
far you could go back and still
Wait,
see
Sam,
him.
put us where you can move our models to where we're supposed to be. Like, you don't have to just point.
Uh,
Yeah.
you could see him from here, but it would That's yeah. Actually, it's not even that dark.
Like, where's this corner you're talking about? Or are we just like sort of
These
within eyesight?
corners of the doorway are that's it. That's what I meant. That he was
Okay.
peeking out.
Why don't you just put them in?
You
Alright.
could go there.
Okay.
Just yeah. Put yourself
Yeah.
wherever you want.
Alright,
I'd like to be behind the guys that are gonna fight with melee. Wait, Zaloon, what do you
or
fight with?
Penor.
I'm gonna
Penor,
be at range.
You're what?
I'm gonna be at range as well.
Range? Alright. Alright, come back.
Mr. Penor, where do you want me to be?
I say you go to the front because you have an axe. And we'll just be behind you off to the side so we don't shoot you.
Alright, I'll stand here and just chop whoever comes near me, I guess, yeah.
Here, is this the setup? We're gonna do it?
Where
Sure.
where does
I start.
Zaloon want to be?
Oh, right. Do you want to be back more with me?
Oh boy, guys, I've never been in a fight before. This is exciting.
Just picture them all as big lizard-looking trees. Actually, small
Yeah.
trees. Little trees.
Yeah, so what I do, I just okay. Yeah, I'll just
Just chop them.
chop them.
Don't get chopped back.
I mean,
Imagine the sword as a branch that's just blowing out your face. You gotta dodge that if you want to keep chopping.
fair. Yeah, it shouldn't be
Alright.
too hard. I mean, they're definitely softer than trees, so
Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to shoot a sneak attack then.
Uh,
Unless anyone else needs to prepare anything, or
I just wind up my arm a bit, you know, just practice, go through the motions.
okay. How do I roll a sneak attack? What kind of what's involved in this?
If you hit, you get extra damage dice to roll.
Alright, so did I just roll my dex?
It would be
yes.
roll for an attack with whatever weapon it is.
You get
Okay,
to you get to roll with advantage because right now they can't see you, so you get to roll 2 dice and keep the higher one.
Okay. 1 second, I'll make a second dice.
Are
I'm
you gonna
shoot
move
the-
your guy at all, Zaloon?
Oh yeah, anywhere you want to be?
I thought I was being put into a position that was similar to the rogue.
Yeah,
Sorry, here?
tell me where you want to go.
Okay, there's not a lot I can see from this angle.
Can I shrink you a bit, Solon?
Yeah, I think at present I look like a large creature.
Yeah. Alright. Is this right, or is this...
Need to make up a square.
Yeah, you're not locking onto the squares quite right, though. I think the squares on this platform aren't connected to the real squares underneath.
Yeah, there's some sort of hidden grid system that's not letting us
Is this okay then?
move.
No, looks like we're on the vertices, which is, its own measurement.
Oh, that is what's happening, yeah.
That
I guess that's okay
That-
then.
sort of changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. If you want to be in a particular square, just say which one, and it's fine.
Hang on. We can just turn snap off and
Oh, is that how to do it? Okay.
toggles. There is.
I turned it off, but I'm still snapping to the vertices.
I think it's a.
Turn off grid. There it is. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll get the same thing for you.
There we go. So we're standing on the squares now.
That's what I wanted. Yeah, so like this, right? So we have a clear shot, but they'll reach.
Oh, what race are you, Zaloon, by the way?
Vidalkin.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
It's a race that I think is from Magic the Gathering that was added to Dungeons & Dragons in the book.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Nice to. Yeah, I've never met anyone like that before. I'm having this conversation as he's winding up his shot.
Yeah.
Now I rolled 2 die.
2 d20s.
Alright, it's a 10 and a 19. I don't know what my crossbow stats are, honestly.
It would be your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Yeah, you'll see something that'll say like hit or 2 hit next
Wait.
to your crossbow.
Sorry, I deal an extra 1d6 damage, it says, because of sneak attack.
Yeah, that'll be if you hit, but yeah.
If I hit. Okay, so wait, it was a 10 and a 19. Do I hit?
The 19 hits.
Wait, but does there not do I add anything like dex or anything?
You add your dexterity for damage, but you don't add your proficiency for damage, only for your to hit rolls.
You add your dex and your proficiency to hit with the crossbow. But when it comes to damage, you don't add your proficiency.
Okay, wait, what proficiency do I have that would help me hit?
You are proficient in the crossbow, which means you get to add your proficiency bonus, which at level 1 is +2.
Okay, so that makes it a 21 and a 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's still one hit then, isn't it?
That's right.
Yes, because those rolls were just to see which was the higher of the two.
Okay, so I got one hit. And now I was aiming at the Draconian, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
Okay.
What happens now? Do I roll damage?
Yes, you do.
Alright, what's that? A d20, then my extra d6?
No, it would be a d8 for the light crossbow, plus your dexterity, plus another d6 for a sneak attack.
Okay. What's this? Do I just click on this dice strip? What's this for?
Yeah, it's a.
Okay, so
Let
this
me
one-
walk it.
This one's
So you're rolling 1d20. Just hit the d20 once.
Yeah, except you're rolling a d8 and then a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
D20's on the end.
Wait, did that count?
Yeah. I mean, it tells you the number that you rolled.
Did anyone else see it? It was a 6 on the 8, then a 6 on the 6. Or should I redo
You
it?
have 5 on the 8 and a 6 on the 6.
You could just hit both and then it'll roll them.
Oh, it just keeps.
Oh, yeah. Let me flip this around.
Oh, it's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was the first one that I rolled. I forgot. Okay, so it was a 5 on the 8 and then a 5 on the 6.
Okay, there we go. Now they should land on the table.
Nice.
So then, whatever it is, the total result of those two dice rolls, add your dexterity bonus, and then that's the damage.
Alright, so that's a 10. My dexterity bonus is 3.
Alright, so 13.
Alright. Alright.
That's
Thanks for bearing with me. What's
13
happening
damage
next?
altogether.
Yep.
Okay. He's kind of gesturing with his arms, and then all of a sudden an arrow slips between his two hands as he's gesturing, and it hits him squarely in the chest, and you hear him go... He, like, hisses and kind of, like, reels back, and the goblin yelps, and then, like, turns in fear, and now everyone has to roll initiative.
Okay.
Excellent. What's initiative? What dice?
D20.
D20, and then plus your dexterity bonus.
So I got 19 for my initiative.
I got 8.
I got
Oh my god.
22.
And also, yeah, these dice disappear automatically.
That works for me. It's nice that I see him in chat. I like that a lot.
So... Pinor goes first.
I thought it was Penor.
You can
Yeah.
call me Jansen if you don't like Pinar, but I'm not changing how it's pronounced though.
I mean, I'm one for calling people what they want to be called. So.
Yeah, Jansen's fine. Jansen's fine. All right, so now is it the same? Do I roll 220 to see if I hit with my bow?
No, that was just for attacking someone that couldn't see you.
Right. So we
For
just
that
settled
roll.
initiative.
So
Yes,
now
I
you
like
get to move or attack or do whatever you want.
I'd like to attack from here, if you guys, unless anyone wants to go before me.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. So then is it the 2d20s to hit first?
Just roll
That's the
1d20.
1d20.
Because it's not a sneak anymore, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I understand that roll now. Oh shit, a 2.
You're no longer hidden.
That didn't hit then, did it? Yeah, I don't think that hit. I guess that's my action.
What was it?
It was a 2 plus my.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it's plus. It's not gonna hit.
The crossbow bolt whizzes just a little bit further into the area. You rolled a
Reasonable.
17. So
What?
now it is JR's turn.
Alright, can I just run up and smack him?
How many squares you got of move?
I got 30 feet.
That's 6 squares.
If you
I mean, the fog is there, so we can't really see what they're standing on.
charge, I believe you could charge and then attack.
Hey Dan, you should probably move the fog because they're sort of all those guys are sort of floating right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how far they are. If you can just resize part of it, that'd be ideal.
Well, the thing is, if you made like the whole whatever's under here like one big area, then like and none of it can be touching the fog. Like in one big object. I mean.
Oh, it's okay. I can.
Yeah.
We have to delete that too.
Weird how the fog works.
Mysterious ways. Whoa.
Damn, you fucking went all out on this. I like it.
This is nice, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's way too far. Oh, okay. So now yeah. Before we were like wondering what the hell's going on over here. We couldn't see any of that.
Yeah, we couldn't see any of these doorways, yeah. That's why I was confused.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, I believe if you charge, you can move double your speed and attack.
Oh, like
both, 'cause
like turning run on.
no action.
Dan, could you move the enemies for us into where they are?
Oh, that's where they are. Oh, you mean like in...
Wait, I don't
Onto like
see-
actual squares.
I don't see an enemy where your hand is.
It's right here, isn't it?
Yep.
I have to change my
I-
settings too then, so that they don't...
I think that might be a different guy, that frog guy.
That's the lizard dude, no?
When I said that, Dan started clicking something I couldn't like see. I see Dan's hand. Well, I guess not everyone can see it, but I think the goblin.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
they're in
yeah,
place now.
I don't see a goblin.
Yeah.
You don't
yeah.
see this?
No,
No.
I can hear you touching it, but
What a sentence, I can hear you touching it.
Okay, I'll just spawn in another goblin.
cool.
All right.
Do you see the lizard man okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. You see the lizard man?
Oh, that's
Just
a
a
better
goblin.
goblin, actually.
Oh, I got pretty.
Damn, that's a sick goblin.
That guy looks pretty threatening, actually. If I saw that model, I probably would have shot him first.
I mean, it's kind of dark in the room. You can really see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now it.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What do you do, Jerry?
I'm just gonna wait by the door then, and just take one step forward. And anything that walks through that door, I'm gonna chop. You know,
All right. This.
but like not directly in the doorway, cause like, can I just like stand here?
Yep. The lizard man that you shot.
Yeah.
He runs up and he chucks a javelin at you.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I'd like to dodge that. How do I
To decide, we roll if he hits.
Or should we
And,
do like a contested roll?
No, you
what's
get
your armor?
I have light armor. It just says light armor. I don't know. It's from the starter pack.
We're gonna look at your armor class. It's 13. You add your dexterity plus your armor, I suppose. So you have 13. So the javelin whizzes past your head and it clangs into the dirt, like way past you. The goblin.
Can I call him a bitch as like a? Do I need to roll for that?
No, you don't have to roll. You can say things as a free action. The goblin
Yes,
makes it
okay.
this far, and as he starts heading out, you get to make your attack against him.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I chop. So that's a D20 with a +5, I believe. So 10.
5, and then even with your even with the element of surprise adding a bit, he definitely goes "Arr!" and kind of hops out of the way.
Okay. Wait.
Instead of continuing to move, he tries to poke you with a dagger.
Okay.
10.
My AC is 12.
Oh, you don't have any armor or anything?
I'm in clothes.
He just kind of goes, "Arr!" and it's not even like a good swing or anything. But since you're just wearing clothes, it just connects and like sinks like right into your belly.
All right.
What is
Yeah,
that?
I don't react really. I was like, huh, that kind of hurt.
Oh, it's a 4, so you take 4 points of damage as like almost the entire
Okay.
rusty blade of this dirty little goblin like like sticks right in your belly.
Okay. Cool.
Now
It's like-
it is Zaloon's turn.
Yay! I'm gonna shoot the goblin with a crossbow.
Okay.
Get him.
That's natural 20. How about that?
Okay, dang.
Hey.
I can take a picture of it if you don't trust me, but there it is.
I trust.
Damn, Sasha, you should really get this game.
That's 2d8 plus 2 for 16 damage.
16 damage?
2 sevens.
Dang. So
Yep.
the crossbow bolt like hits him square between the temple, and you see like chunks of his like forehead are just kind of like blasted away, and like little pieces of brain are like flecked against the wall, and he just slumps to the ground instantly.
Oh my god.
Here he goes.
The
Well, that's one.
the lizard man goes ah, ah! And he's kind of terrified, but he pulls out a club and he like clutches it angrily and like gets ready to step forward.
Cool.
So back to Penor.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna shoot that guy again. We'll deal with that gaping wound later, but I'm shooting this lizard man.
Okay.
So I roll to hit first. It's a d20. Oh, it's a 4.
Okay, that's a miss. So
I'd like to yell at him again though. My free action.
he comes about this far. He hops over the dead body, and he's only in this square. You can see that he's kind of entering like this berserker state, and he's like trying to get closer to you guys as well, but he can't quite make it that far. So he just settles for swinging his club at JR the one time. 12. You couldn't put
that's why
on like a
AC.
chainmail or something, huh?
Why would I have a chainmail on?
1d6 plus 2. So he does 4 damage to you as he kind of has like one of those clubs with pieces of obsidian that's like embedded in the sides of the club, and it kind of like chunks down into your shoulder, and it's like crushing you and cutting you at the same time. So you take 4 damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really react. I was like, yeah, ow.
How much HP do we have? Or I guess I don't know because you don't have to tell me how much you are. How much roughly should someone have?
You, Paynor, I'm looking at your character sheet. You should have 9.
Okay, so I have 9.
Oh wait, no,
I don't-
no, sorry. It says 7. I thought you were a fighter for some reason. No, you're a rogue, so you have 7 HP.
Yeah, I have like no cons, so I'm in the back line.
Yep.
So, okay, I have
yeah.
7. the spider will have a bit more, but not a lot more. So you just took 8 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Just,
I'm still feeling 100%. It's just kind of bleeding everywhere.
yeah, just take a stock of our situation. That's all. I'm not a turner.
Yeah, you know, it is
So
what it is.
so you shot your bow, right?
Wait, Dan, do I get
shot-
my dex? Sorry. Do I get my dex on top of my AC if I'm unarmored?
Yeah. What's your? Let's see.
Is unarmored AC 10 plus your dex, or is it 12
Your
plus
your
dex?
dexterity is still only sorry. It's 10 plus your dexterity, so you're still only
Oh,
12.
okay, so yeah, it's 12. Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, so it still hits.
Okay. I don't know what that dueling ability is, but maybe that'll come in handy here.
It's when I hit something with my axe, it does 2 more damage.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
No, that's when you're wielding a weapon in a one
Or
hand.
one hand. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're wielding a one-handed weapon and no other weapons, you get to add
Yeah.
+2 or something to your.
I mean, this hatchet's one-handed.
Yep.
Got little grooves in there where my hand's been holding it for like.
So I believe it is now Jerry's turn.
Oh. Is it the new round? Doesn't Pinor go before me?
No, I went before the guy.
So now
You went before
then
the
the
guy,
lizard
okay.
went, then it's your turn, and then Zaloon's turn.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Second try, dude. I with the axe I chop. Like a little side chop. Oh, it's a natural 1.
Oof.
Okay, you kind of like hit your axe into the granite wall as it misses, and a little chip comes out of your axe.
No! My axe. Does that do anything to the damage or whatever?
No, but it does lose a little bit of durability.
What? How?
Now it is on to Zaloon's turn.
Okay. So, I'm gonna use my bonus action first. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word. That's 1d4 plus 3. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1 in that, so that's 4 hit points to JR.
Hey, let's go.
So that's my bonus action, and I don't think I can use another spell even if it's a cantrip.
That's right.
Yeah. Alright, so then shoot with the crossbow.
You can cast 2 spells in a turn. Just one of them has to be a cantrip. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will walk up behind the draconic fellow. In which case, then there's flanking going on, so that means my melee attack would be at advantage, right?
That's right.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a melee spell attack with Shocking Grasp. Makes me an advantage. That is a 16 plus 5 to hit for 21.
That hits.
Okay, 1d8 damage, which is 5. And a bonus effect, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Oh, sorry. How much damage was that?
5.
Okay. You kind of see him like shake violently and spasm in pain. Now.
So I'll just say I do these in reverse order. I'll reach up, put my head on its shoulder, and just it just shocks. Rogue halfling name. You see, I rub some kind of oil on my hands that suddenly starts to spark electricity. Then I touch this thing, and it gets electrocuted. And then I utter Healing Word. And my Healing Word is, you might want to get out of the way.
But it's not my action.
You hurt a little bad.
Oh, you say that? Yeah, noted.
And that's how you heal 4 hit points.
But you healed him? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Back to Paynor's turn.
Alright. Okay. I am also gonna go in for some melee. I'm gonna go. I can walk my speed and then attack, right? I only need to
Yep.
go like 5 feet anyways. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna jab him in the shoulder blades with my rapier.
You get flanking?
I think so.
Not from your side.
No, because I'm already flanking.
Oh.
Whatever. I'm still jabbing him.
Yeah.
So 21st to hit, right? Okay.
Wait, only one person gets flanking?
You have to be
Well,
on the
because-
opposite side of someone.
So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I should have been over there. Actually, no, only one. Okay, whatever. I'm already here.
yeah, I'm in the way.
You rolled a 12 plus
I
5,
roll-
so that's
I
17.
roll- Wait, is it +5? What do I add? Is it Dex?
Extra proficiency.
Dex and proficiency. Oh, so it is a 17 to hit. Okay. And now what do I roll for a rapier's damage?
For a rapier.
I mean, does 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Just gotta make sure.
Good point.
I'm pretty sure a rapier is a d6.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly double check.
Do you have
I
the
rolled 5.
finesse ability that will allow you to add your dexterity to it?
Sorry, what ability?
Weapon finesse allows you to add
Finesse,
dexterity.
you use dexterity instead of strength as your damage modifier, and a rapier is finesse. Oh no, sorry, a rapier is a d8.
Oh,
So you
nice.
d8 plus your dexterity for damage.
Excellent. Okay, D8 plus 5 dexterity. There. This one. Got a 4 plus 3 is 7 damage.
Okay.
Unless it's
Oh,
finesse, but
shit.
it's not a thing.
Can you narrate how you use your sword?
Alright. I walk up behind him, and in an extremely overdramatic flourish, call him giant bits this time, and stab him. Aim for between like his two of his like spinal discs.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. As you see, like, as you like stick your sword in between his back, you can hear like crackling and like snapping parts as like fluid is like gushing out like in his back, and you can see like little bits of bone, and he like falls over as he's like shaking on the ground.
Oh, that was sick. The size of that tongue.
Oh my god. That was pretty sick. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, boys.
Turns out I'm really not good at hitting things that move. Like, don't worry, guys. I'll get better with practice. That's my first try, you know. So chip my axe.
Just no worries.
Yeah, you know, to chip my axe, but that's kind of a bummer. But no big deal. Can we? Do they have anything cool on them?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. I would like to start, searching their pockets.
You find
I'll do it openly though. I'm not hiding it. I like to show everyone what we find.
you find 4 gold pieces altogether, and you find
Shit.
the club and 2 daggers.
Cool.
Is there
I
a way to,
mean,
actually, can I like inspect a dagger? Will it tell me like the real game stats, or will it just be like that's a good dagger or something?
It's just a normal daggers.
would you say the club is one-handed or two-handed?
One hand.
Oh. Would you say it's better than my improvised weapon of an axe?
The club do the same amount of damage as one slashing and one's bludgeoning.
Oh, okay. I mean, see, that club looks cool, but I think I'd rather stick with my axe. Has any sort of like any sort of armor? I just noticed that
Yes.
I get hit a lot.
You also find a shield on
A
the
shield.
on the lizard man.
Oh shit. You guys mind if I take the shield? I think I saw some people use these before. You just sort of put it in front of you when people hit.
It adds 2
yeah.
armor.
Shit, what kind of shield is it?
A wooden shield.
Nice. Okay. You guys mind if I take the shield?
Sure, you can imagine trees are harder to cut down than people.
Yeah, I'll just put this little tiny tree in front of me so they hit that.
Yeah, put that in between the thing they're trying to hit you with and you.
Hell yeah, I pick up the shield and equip it. That's +2 to my AC, right?
Yep.
Nice. We getting there. Getting there, boys. All right, sick. Perfectly balanced.
You guys can take the gold. I'll pocket these daggers to sell later. I think I'll get a decent price with my persuasion.
Great.
So you guys, just so the gold splits evenly. Remember that
One
next time there's gold.
shield in a club. One of you gets 2 daggers. I get the gold. Perfect.
You get the 4 gold. Yeah, sure. So,
All right.
I mean, yeah, I get the shield and the club. I guess I'll pocket the club just in case.
So I saw to the end of this hallway earlier, right?
You saw almost all the way to the back. You didn't see to the end. It's
So
a
let's
little
say,
bit
like,
dark.
Put an arrow down where I saw it then? Okay, that's fair. Let's... Alright, you guys like to tiptoe in further?
After you, Mr. Stealthy guy.
Alright.
I'm not the quietest one around. Also, after a bit of research, club is a D4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, my axe is D6. Okay.
I think a
Hold
light
on.
damage is the D6.
Wait a minute, I just remembered something. Before you move in there, isn't this the island of 1,000 traps?
Yep.
There's gotta be at least 5 of them in here. I mean, it's not that big of an island. I'm going to, can we just, like, move freely right now? Because we're not, like...
Yeah.
like,
You don't have to worry
turn-based
about move speed or stuff like that. How many
Alright, I'd like
squares?
to move to the edge of
I'll
this
make an
carpet.
investigation check to look for traps as well.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same. Actually, you can go first. What are you gonna investigate? The carpet? That's what I was gonna investigate. Was the carpet?
You can investigate the carpet. I'll investigate the statue.
Okay. Okay. I'll get this carpet. So, okay, I'm not sure how investigation works because I have.
Investigation is a skill that, if you're proficient in it, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Which
Otherwise,
statue are you looking at?
Oh, it's
Modifier.
+4. Never mind. I figured it. Actually, I don't
Great.
figure it. I literally just found it. Okay, I found it. I have +4. I'm gonna look at this carpet.
Ooh.
Saloon, which statue are you looking at?
There's, well, I don't have a pointer to point at, so, or
This
point
one?
with.
That one. Okay.
Oh, there's more than one statue, isn't there? I'll investigate statues. Period.
All right. First, I got a 14 on this carpet. Did I learn anything about it?
It looks very fancy and ornate.
How
You
heavy
don't
is it?
you don't sense any traps or see anything off about this. The statue is of an elven woman. It looks pretty graceful, but other than that, it's mundane.
Oh, I check
wait.
out the floor.
The
I really
floor
like this
is.
carpet.
It looks like people have tracked through it a lot. It's dirty, and
Are there any specific squares or tiles that have been avoided in the tracks, so that I would be able to see the difference between dirty and clean?
the you see the jars, the dusts around these jars. Now that you look at them, they look like they have the heads on them are various desert animals. Like one has a jackal, another is like a scarab. The dust is thick on the, you can see that there's multiple jars like further ahead too, but they seem very undisturbed.
Where are the jars? Do you want to point them out?
Wait, this is the closest one, right?
This one was over here.
Oh, that other
There's a
one
jar.
Right here.
That-
And there's some
this
further
one.
ahead too.
This one I see. The second one you pointed to over here, I do not see. How do I ping an area?
Tab.
Yeah. This
So
one
we
I
don't
do
see
not
what's over here.
This one I do not see. Yeah. Also, how much does this carpet weigh? I wanted to know that with my investigation.
When all rolled up, it weighs about 20 pounds.
I'm taking it. I'm taking the carpet. I'm slinging it across my back. I have rope to tie it to my back.
Okay, I'll put it over here by the front. And
Thank. Actually, maybe I should take it on our way out. No, I'm taking it out in case you go through like a tube or something. There's a back exit. Carpet.
Okay.
Ornate carpet. One.
as your little halfling body is like struggling to roll up this massive carpet, you alert the sound of this guy. He hears you and he starts heading up. You can see he's wielding 2 axes in his hand and he's kind of like hefting them and angrily as he's like running forward and he's building up speed. So
Hold up. 2 axes?
yeah, he's dual wielding.
God, Jesus.
He starts
What is
yelling
this?
and chanting, and as so you guys are gonna have to roll a initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god. I rolled another natural 20. That's 22.
I know.
Everybody did 20 for initiative, but it's 22.
He has 2 axes, guys.
Sorry, what do we add to initiatives again? Is it Dex?
There.
Dex.
Alright, so I have a 21.
11 here.
Alright, so Zaloon's first and then me.
Unless this accent fellow is faster.
That's fucked.
Guys, he has 2 axes.
That's pretty.
That's
Don't
like
worry, buddy. We'll
the
get
amount
more
of
axes.
That's twice as many axes as I have. It's over.
I never even considered more than 1 axe.
It'll be yours soon if we can get out of this. So keep your head in the game.
Character with a fog
Alright.
or like.
So
I
yeah,
feel
you
like
rolled.
I
I rolled
my
a
character's
3.
stronger.
What did you guys finish rolling or?
Yeah. So Zaloon has a 22. I have a
22,
21.
21, and
JR has an 11.
Okay,
11.
so
You can just type it in the chat.
do
They
you?
should still be in there.
Oh, okay. I just need to see how much the
Oh,
dexterity
with our
bonus
bonus.
is.
Mine's +2.
Okay, so Andrew.
I'm 21, sorry. Zaloon's 22. I'm 21. JR's 11.
Oh, there we go. Okay, whoa. What?
That did what?
You just picked up the base. You can rewind the time.
Did I do that?
Why is the base not locked down?
Wow.
I don't know. I just built on it like this. I just noticed
Learning
it's like that.
Wait, you didn't even turn one world on. It's not even active.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to use this very well.
Oh, okay, it's fine. Yeah, well,
I locked it.
yeah, okay.
All right.
You don't.
That probably was my fault, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, so Zaloon goes first.
Alright, crossbow shot. Roll. There's a lower roll, 13.
I'm gonna have to move you over to say here at least to hit.
Sure.
And you add 2, so 4. So that manages to hit. So you get to roll your
13.
damage.
13 hits?
Yep, with your
Okay.
bonuses. Unless that is that with your bonuses?
Damage.
Yeah, just roll it.
Yeah, 8 damage.
Okay. And your crossbow bolt sinks into his shoulder, and he grunts in pain. But he kind of has this fanatical zealot fire is like burning in his eyes.
God, this must be one of those cultists.
Back up.
Well,
This must be one of those cultists that the guy was talking about.
wow.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna back up whatever's a remainder of my movement, like even like through the doorway if I have to.
Alright, I am also gonna shoot and back away. So first is my shot to hit. The nat 7. Sorry, what's my boost again? I'll write it down this time. What do I have?
5.
So +5, okay. So it's 12.
You miss. Oh, I guess you can
Oh,
move
that's
your
good.
guy.
Yeah, I have 25 speed. I'm gonna take it all backwards. I think I was right here, right? Wait, no, I was at the start of the carpet, which was here. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick too.
JR's turn.
Oh shit! Everyone's backing away.
Jansen doing a little dance.
Yeah. Yeah. So I whisper to you, Zaloon, what should I do here?
We've backed
He seems
away.
kind of scared.
we're not so good at the getting hit. So,
Right. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I could just keep them away from you. Keep them away from you with this this shield.
that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Free to hit him a lot.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to actually hit him this time. Now that I know that they can, move out of the way. So I walk forward 10 feet and I wait.
Okay.
Okay, the elf charges right at you, and
He gets all
irregardless
the way to me. What the fuck?
irregardless of your shield, he swings it right. He brings it right down, even if your shield is up in front of it. He's just like bringing it at you as hard as like physically possible.
Okay.
Oh, 20.
And that 20?
Yep.
Oof.
Damn backstory.
I just got nat 20'd.
So with such force, your shield is up, and your shield like kind of stops it a little bit, but it just kind of clips the corner of the shield, and he brings it right down into your shoulder anyways for 5 damage.
For 5, okay. That's not too bad. So
Yeah,
my
I
shield
can't
doesn't
use
do
the
anything against this guy?
D8s and the
Well, you
D10s
just
at level
roll to
1.
try to-
Also, yeah, since I was waiting for him to come, do I get to attack? Since I held my action?
Yes.
Okay. I chop, this time with a little bit more vigor. Oh, I had nat 20'd.
Yay!
So that's one. My axe is 1d6. Do I double? When do I double?
After-
Double the dice you roll for the damage. Or you can roll 1 die and double the result.
Okay, so my axe is 1d6, and I add my strength to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so you can roll 1d6 and then multiply it by 2, or roll 2d6 and then add your strength afterwards.
I normally let players add their strength to the roll and then double the result.
Oh, really? You do full double everything?
Mhm.
Is that what I should do here?
Sounds like it.
Dan?
Just double your
And I
total.
I get +2 from dueling too. Do I double that too?
Yeah, you would.
Alright. So I roll a d6.
I don't know about
Which
special
is-
abilities that add damage. The dueling can just be a flat 2 to that.
Okay, so it's a 6 + 3, that's 18, + 2, that's 20 damage.
Okay. As
Ace.
he doesn't expect this from a guy that's just holding a wooden shield. As he's like flying back, he's kind of like looking at you confused, but then he like spins and like crashes as he like falls back, and he kind of starts to get up for a second. He's like, "You will not interrupt the ritual." And he just collapses.
Alright,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. It's just like chopping trees.
Pretty cool.
I mean, I could use. Can I check out his axes?
Yeah,
They
they're
seem a
just
bit more equipped for fighting than mine.
You earned
They're-
it, buddy. Those
they're
all
2
your
hand axes.
Hand axes, okay. So it's better than like a hatchet.
I don't know about stat-wise, but
Not
probably.
100% sure. I think they're still D6s.
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck it. I mean,
You can also
More
throw
durable.
hand axes.
I can throw them. I'll
Yeah.
take them. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take
you can
the
you
hand
can throw the
axes.
axes.
Now I have 3 axes, motherfuckers. Yeah. Is he wearing any armor?
He is wearing leather armor, and you also find 15 gold pieces in his pocket.
I mean, you guys can run the pockets. I could probably use some armor. I feel like that's...
You also find a water skin.
Alright, well. You should probably drink some water. Wait a minute. Maybe the water's poison or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take everything except the coins. I'll just run it naked. Can I put on the leather armor?
Yep.
What AC do I? What AC is leather armor?
2.
+2. Okay. Damn, I'm getting tanky.
How are we splitting up these coins?
You guys have them.
Split them.
Okay.
Split 15 halfway.
Alright, I'll take 8, you take 7.
Sure, I took 4
4
last time.
last time. Yeah.
So these hand axes are thrown.
They can be.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
what dex modifier or strength?
No, it would be the same kind of attack. It's because you're a fighter, you're proficient with everything.
Okay.
It means that you then no longer have the axe in your hand, but you can throw it for 20-foot range or up to 60 if you want to roll with disadvantage between.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Got some hand axes. Got some leather armor. Also, guys, I'm kind of not doing so hot over here. That guy kind of hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You have more healing spells? Ooh.
I have one more spell I can cast today,
Oh,
but
per day.
might be worth it.
Going through these. Do you guys have any
I
food?
can give you a potion, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Have
much
you-
this potion heals. How much damage do you have? Like out of character, how much
I'm
damage?
3 out of. I'd say out of 12, I'm feeling about a 3.
Alright, buddy, you could. You know what? That was a pretty stellar performance. So I'll let you have this potion that I got through extremely legitimate means.
Oh shit! I mean, if any of you have food, I heard doesn't that heal people? You know, like some shrimp or
You can eat during a rest, and that could help. Yes.
I mean, well, I think we're in a little bit too deep to rest right now.
Alright, so are you taking
I
this
mean,
potion or what's going on?
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, if no one else needs it, I'll drink it. What potion is it?
Regular potion of healing. That's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Nice. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty well. That's pretty well suited to the situation.
Yeah.
You're drinking a sticky roll there.
Alright, let's do this. 2d4. 7, 9. Damn, I'm full health. Exactly
Hey.
full health.
Perfect.
Wow.
When you drink the potion, this warm, fuzzy feeling spreads from your belly to your body, and you can kind of feel the magic like close up the wounds and your
Hell
various cuts and bruises.
Yeah, I feel perfect. I got some axes, got some armor
Ranger's
now.
recipe.
All right.
Alright, Zulu, do you want to come up with us? Like, move up here? In general? Because I would like to go inspect that jar. Unless anyone has any reservations.
Further up ahead,
Oh.
you see a light from a little like lamppost kind of illuminating further back.
Okay,
So
well,
there's no like fog of war or anything. You can kind of see everything in this
Okay.
chamber.
Oh,
There's no more enemies.
You don't see anything.
I shoot the light. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'd like to.
Shall
I'd like
we,
to go... Can I start? Can I inspect this jar? Oh, sorry. You go first.
Yeah, I'll start proceeding forward with caution, keeping an eye out for traps.
Yeah, I'd like to inspect this jar, but can I do it from 5 feet away from the jar?
Explain how your character does it.
I'm just gonna look at it really hard with an investigation roll. If I can't find anything, then I'll have to go up to it. But I'd like to do it from 5 feet away first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna really stare at it. Really
Okay.
intently.
Roll.
7 plus.
I'll be right back.
Sure. It's an 11.
11. Yeah. The jar seems to be pretty old. And dusty. It seems to have little hieroglyphic inscriptions on it. But other than that, it just looks like a jar. Yeah, well, it looks like they're kind of sealed, like with maybe like a clay or kind of wax, like they have like a seal on them,
All right.
like around.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go up to it. I'm not gonna open it, but I'm gonna like run my hands along it gently, and then like pick it up slowly and kind of try to listen to what's inside.
Okay, when you do this, you hear like a... And you hear like a skittering and a stirring. It gets louder, and eventually it kind of pops open, and a whole bunch of scarabs are all over you, like, instantly.
Aw, man, do I need to do some kind of saving roll?
Yeah, you can roll a dexterity check to kind of deal with the jar, or you can choose a different stat, like any stat, and you have to like say what your character does. You can't just say I use intelligence. Like, kind of say like I use my dexterity to chuck the jar. But other than that, I don't want to give hints. But like, that's an example of how you can use dexterity.
Okay.
I start winding up my axe to try to chop the scarabs away. but
So am I covered? Okay, so they popped open. Am I covered in scarabs yet?
They're
Or do I
starting to
kinda,
go
like-
on your hands.
They're on my hands. Okay.
They're like they're not like fully on your hands. They're like their hands, their little claws have like started to like get on your hands.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it as far as I can with a free action, and then use my acrobatics to scamper up this pillar.
Okay.
And while that happens, I'm going to use usage of my magical tinkering ability, which is I can imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, including emitting an odor. So I'm basically going to take like, I don't know, a little like screw or piece of cork or something out of one of my many pockets, imbue it with the scent of honey, and then throw it to distract the scarabs.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, let me roll see if I can get up the pillar.
Is that just like your Tinkerer class ability?
Yeah,
is
it's
that a
part of being
spell?
magical tinkering.
Okay.
All right, I got an 11 for climbing the pillar. And how far can I chuck this jar with a free action?
I'm gonna say I want you to roll a dexterity throw. And we're gonna say
Oh, if I can do both, that's fine. Yeah.
But what?
Just my plain dex bonus. Okay, so a 10 for the throw and 11 for the scampering.
Okay. It's, how do I describe this? Have you ever seen someone throw a football and they don't know how to throw a football, so it just kind of like goes through the air awkwardly?
Yeah.
You attempt to chuck it, but your hand kind of slips out of it halfway through, and it's like bugs are kind of just like flying out of the jar as it's like spinning around.
Oh god.
And it smashes into the ground, like not even that far away from you, like over here. I'm assuming that your little illusion of honey smell is going to be in this direction, like this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you have
Are there any?
like the bugs are in almost like a straight line of between where they're not even in like one little cloud anymore. They're evenly spread out, and half of them are kind of like, and half of them that are by the jar are kind of like going to go see the smell, and the other half are headed towards you. So, and I'll use the jar to represent where the bugs are. And you can don't worry about initiative. Just each of you take an action first.
Wait, am I not on the pillar right now?
Oh, okay, yeah. You rolled a 10, so you're
Yeah. 11 for the pillar.
11. So you're kind of like, as a halfling, you're about like neck height. Say I'm like 6 feet tall. You're like awkwardly not even that high up on the pillar, straddling it.
Okay.
With like
So
your
I'm like
legs
2.5
and arms.
feet up the pillar.
No, you don't see the top of the top of the pillar is like
Oh, I
attached
know.
to the roof.
I know. I'm 2.5 feet up the pillar. I still just like to put him here
Okay.
for reference.
But don't.
What do the bugs look like?
I know. I'm actually like here.
Kind of like green, shiny, almost metallic looking, hard, like scarab. Like some are kind of like fiery orange looking or yellow, but yeah, they look like big scarabs.
This is the best I got, Dan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. See, with D&D, you don't with tabletop sim, you don't have to use other things to represent things. You could just bring them in. So they look like that,
That's good.
like that big. Or...
Yeah, they're smaller than that. There's like it's a swarm.
All right.
wow.
Oh,
So for
nice.
my action, I am going to very, very quickly take my 50 feet of rope, cut off 10 feet to make a circle around me, and then light it on fire with my tinderbox.
All right. Do you have survival as a skill?
I do not, but I have a +1 to it.
Yeah. So to attempt to start the fire, I want you to roll survival or any other relevant kind of skill. If you
Sure,
have,
yeah.
I'll say
I
you can
am
use sleight of
proficient
hand to
with
kind of like
armor
keep the.
supplies and smith's tools and tinker's tools, and I do have a tinderbox in my inventory, so I imagine it would just be like, let's see, what would be like sleight of hand or like medicine maybe or nature.
Yeah, I'll say you can use sleight of hand.
Cool. Ooh, that was almost terrible, but that is a dirty 20.
Okay, so you deftly manage to even though it's just a piece of rope that you just got, it manages to catch fine, and as a scarab tries to like come up to like multiple scarabs come up, you can see that they just like go in through the fire in like a mindless attempt to eat you, and they burn up instantly in the process.
Hey. Alright, changing the note in my hempen rope to 40 feet instead of 50. And if any start to get through, I'll take out my quarterstaff and just kind of smoosh them.
So would you say the circle's about that big?
Yeah, it's just like a 10-foot diameter circle around me.
Okay.
I guess circumference. 10-foot circumference.
Yeah, good enough. I don't want to put all of them, but that should mark it out, right?
So what does JR do while this is happening?
Can I chop one of the scarabs?
Yeah, you'd have to move up to attack though, currently.
Oh, I'll defend you. I'll start chopping at the scarabs. Do I only get to hit one, or can I just like start chopping away at?
Just roll and I'll tell you what happens.
Okay. What modifier?
Your attack roll.
Okay. Ooh, 8.
8. Do you add to that, or is that with your bonus?
I added already. That's added.
Okay. You miss, and your axe sinks into the floor. So
No, the fires.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Instead of attacking the scarabs, they all swarm around you, and they start like pooling up and trying to crawl up on your body.
All of them?
Yep. Let's actually two are starting to try and go up the thing, but yeah, almost all of them. You've gotten their attention by running up and trying to hit them. That's for sure. And back to Penor's turn.
Okay. Am I like, how firmly am I holding onto this pillar? Am I gonna fall off, or can I just keep gripping it 2 feet up?
You're gripping it as hard as you can.
But I can't like root around my bag and do shit like that.
No, it doesn't have any like you know when you're climbing, if you have like a catch that you can like stick your.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's just like a smooth, straight up. So you'd really have to struggle to like get up higher if you want to keep doing that.
I don't see a good way to kill these scarabs. I think I have oil, but there's already. I don't want to light anyone else on fire. I'm thinking.
It's not
You know,
better than the fires.
I might just try to acrobatic jump. How much space is there? It's a 10-foot circle of rope, right? Is it 10-foot circumference?
10 feet of rope and wrap it around in a
Right,
circle.
so is there space for both of us in there, or no?
There might be space for a half
No.
on your life with that.
You when you look over at the fire, you can see that like there's barely any space. You would have to land on him to like land in that square.
Hold on, I'm doing a circumference to area calculation.
Damn, getting technical here.
Do you know what what subrace of halfling you are?
A Lightfoot.
Lightfoot. You can you could hide if when you're obscured by only a creature that is one size larger than you, which means you could hide behind me. So like I don't know if you want to flavor that as you could effectively take up the same space as me.
Hold on, there's... Wait a minute. There's 85... It says there's... Wait, no, I'm fucking this up. Okay, there's 9 square feet of space in this circle. I'm
I
pretty
mean, you
sure...
could literally like stand in between his legs, right? Because you're halfling.
Yeah.
You could like stand in between his legs.
Yeah, but at first I gotta do acrobatics to jump over the fire and stuff. Jump off the pillar onto the ground, onto the fire. It might be a tough acrobatics roll, but I'm gonna try it.
Are you trying to land and then jump, or are you trying to jump straight from the pillar?
Land and then jump.
Okay, you're not even that high up, so you don't have to roll to land.
Actually, also this fire is only like a foot high. Well, I'm only 3 feet high. I don't know, do I have to roll to jump this fire?
See, the
It's
fire is a foot high. It's just like it's a bit of burning rope, so it's probably like
I'll roll.
most 8 inches high.
yeah, it's not even like you're jumping it over a campfire. I'm gonna say you don't have to.
Okay, well, I'm here. We're hanging out on the ropes again.
Okay. It is a bit awkward though, like you don't have like good freedom of movement unless you're going to step into...
Honestly, I'm just buying time because I have no idea what to do.
You still have an action. I'd say that's not a full 30 movement. Like that's like almost all your movement. Like, but yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Does it?
Is that a bit of a pickle here?
Does it make sense to start spreading oil on the floor? No, because I won't get all of them, and the floor will be on fire. Fuck. I'm just gonna do a perception check on this whole situation. I guess specifically the scarabs. I'm gonna perception check the scarabs. -1, 11.
They seem to be very ravenous and hungry. Like you can tell that the ones that went after the honey are like off looking for food, and basically they're just trying to get a bite out of whatever they can.
Could I roll nature? I guess nature to see if I would know what kind of food these things really like.
Yeah.
Cool. 11 plus 3, 14.
In nature, are you trained in nature?
I am not, but it is an intelligence skill, which is my highest one.
Okay. So you've seen pictures from your times. Was your guy kind of like more of like a library nerd, kind of reading books a lot? I'll say yes. You vaguely remember reading in a book about like desert creatures that there's these like spider, like they're basically omnivorous burrowing creatures. They eat. These scarabs will like roll. They're kind of like dung beetles. They're omnivorous. They'll like eat on anything, and they can. It's surprising what they can eat sometimes even. So basically, you can feed them anything, and they'll try and gobble it up if they can.
In that case, I am going to use prestidigitation for another odor effect. Let's make it pungent meat within 10 feet of me, so 10 feet away.
Wait, isn't there bodies around us? There's a dead guy right here, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like stain my ring and cast prestidigitation to like try to lead the scarabs in the direction of the now dead body.
Oh, okay.
I'm just panicking with all these bugs on me right now.
That's too far away for you.
That's true. Okay, I'll use magical tinkering to do the same. I just have to throw the thing.
Okay,
Magical tinkering is a lot like prestidigitation. I just happen to have both.
To get it in that square, you have to throw it over JR.
Okay.
So that'll be an easy. I'll say you can use sleight of hand to throw. Kind of a stretch, but
I mean, I'm not
it's
at
more.
full
It's
height
not
here,
like
I'm covered in bugs.
It's not like an athletic throw. It's more like you're in class and you're trying to throw like a bunched up piece of paper. It's like a skill shot. It's not like
I'm using a throwing weapon kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of a skill shot than like how far you can like chuck something. So I'll say sleight of hand is fine because it's like you're throwing it in an arc.
Okay, well, my sleight of hand and my like roll to hit if I'm attacking with dexterity is the same, so I'll roll that. Oof, 23.
Okay. You see them kind of like salivate and like turn their heads, and a good portion of them are. Oh, someone made it dark. They start going over and they start ravenously devouring the body when they don't see what the illusion was. So the illusion like doesn't even bother them that once they just think it's the body.
Great. That's all I needed.
A few of them are not distracted by the odor. So when it comes back to JR's turn at the start of your turn, you take 1 point of damage as like a few of the remaining scarabs like nibble on you.
Oh, can I try to just rip them off of me and?
Yes. So it'll be kind of like a grapple check, and
Okay. Yeah, I'm grappling with this tiny bug. Yeah.
yeah, there's only there's only 3 palm-sized bugs on you right now, so.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to rip them off.
So roll a d20 and I'll roll against it.
You're tiny. Do I get an advantage? You're tiny little bugs.
Yeah, well,
The
yeah.
size of your hands.
So I get an advantage, right?
No. It's
No?
a numerical value.
Oh, okay.
So-
So I got 21. I'll take the lower of the two because I rolled 2 by accident.
Yep.
21.
So you managed to pull them all off,
All right.
and
Get
without
off
further
me.
harm. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of smells and fire and stuff. So it's not even like that hard to pull them off. Do you throw them or? Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, now we can. What's up? It's not even what?
It wasn't even that hard to pull them off for you this time.
Yeah. And then can I try to stomp on them or something, or just
Yeah, if you want to squish them, you can roll a melee attack.
to squish them? Okay. Or should I just sort of convene with my group?
You've got
You know what, I'm gonna
three
go
big
right
bugs
over.
in your hand right now. What do you do?
They're in my hands.
You haven't thrown them or anything yet. You've just pulled them off of
Oh.
your body.
I squeeze.
Okay.
I squeeze my hands. I crush them.
Well, you're holding 3, so I want you to do an attack roll to try and squish them all together at the same time.
What's my attack bonus? What's my bonus on this roll?
Just roll strength. Just flat strength.
It's just strength. Okay, let's go. 14.
14. Okay, you squish 2 of the bugs together, but the other remaining bug, it kind of manages to flop out and it skitters away into the darkness.
Okay, good. Fucking, I'm covered in bug juices. Perfect.
Is that the end of the bug threat?
Yes.
All right. I will step out from the fire and then cast prestidigitation and clean JR of the bug juice.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, my hands are clean. No more bug guts all over my hand. Wait, is it really gone, or is it just it seems like it's gone?
It specifically says you instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So your hands.
Alright, good. Cool. Can you do that again, but for my pants? Kind of scared of bugs.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. My pants are now shit free.
Yep. Great.
Cool. It's pretty
All
handy.
right, for the
Greatest
rest
spells that would have an actual real life use is in fact a cantrip that costs nothing.
for
Just like snap your fingers, and next thing you know, thing is clean. You're like, oh, dishes are done. Like,
Oh, my pants is unshattered.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, so I guess you're just the rope's just gonna burn there. You guys can sort of step out of that.
I already stepped out of it, so I could get close enough to you to.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Wait, do you have to like touch me to clean you, or is it just like a range?
Within 10 feet.
Oh, okay, good. So you don't have to touch my shitty pants. Okay.
No.
Good.
okay, so you see stairs going down on either side of you, and to the right ahead of you, the stairs going up are kind of caved in, and there's a little bit of a hallway up ahead with more jars and some sort of figurines like up against the wall there at the end of the hall.
Alright, so there's no way we can get unlucky.
Probably not disturbed for a good reason.
I say we can't get unlucky with them twice.
I mean, is the first jar empty?
The fact that we have had an entire cult in this building not touching these jars.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable. But there's also, I can see, like, there's light back there, right? There's also a chest back there. Is that is this chest a jar? No, it's just a chest. I'd like to look at the
Pretty sure it's just a chest.
Alright, no one opposes me inspecting the chest.
It looks like a chest, yes.
It's not a jar.
No.
That's what really matters.
Yeah, I recommend checking it for traps as well.
Oh yeah.
So I walk around a bit, just check out if there's anything useful.
Wait, are there still scarabs over here, or are we just
Nope.
at those for now?
Nope.
Okay.
And you also see some figurines, some carved figurines on the ground.
Okay, do you mind if I just walk the whole way to the chest and then investigate it?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm investigating it.
Can I check out these statues here, or I assume they're statues?
Yeah, that you see more granite statues of people carved. These ones are just normal humans.
I got a 10
Okay.
on investigating the chest, or a 7 plus 3.
It looks normal.
sorry,
that
11.
you can't tell
11,
if
sorry.
it's trapped or anything, but it doesn't like seem dangerous or anything.
Alright, well, if I can't tell, I'm not touching it.
I mean, there could be some good shit inside. Do you want me to have a try?
Up to you, yeah.
Alright, I walk up and
I'll
I
step aside.
what am I looking for?
Traps.
Alright, I stare at it and see if there's any traps.
Are you rolling?
Okay. What do I roll?
Investigation.
Okay.
But you're not trained in looking at or for traps like a rogue. Yeah, it
Definitely
looks
not.
pretty normal to you.
I rolled it at 17.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
18
pretty
minus
normal.
1. Pretty normal. I mean, it looks pretty normal to me.
You could open it, I'm just gonna step over here. Before you do.
Alright. I try to open it.
Okay, it creaks open, and you find 40 gold pieces and a scroll of floating
God.
disc.
Floating disc?
A scroll?
A scroll.
You can cast from scrolls, right?
If you
Yep.
are a mage, then yes.
Okay.
Guys, just come over here. The chest is fine. There's some gold in there.
Oh, great. How much?
Oh, there's 20 gold in here. You guys want to split it 10-10?
Yeah, works for me.
Just joshing you. Just kidding. Bro.
Alright.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Wait, what
that, really.
I would. I'll take 10. You guys can split that other 10 into 2 5s.
I'm pretty sure there's more than 10 gold. There's 40
Okay.
gold in here, right?
It's 40. Yeah. I was just pulling your chain, buddy. It's 40 gold.
40 gold.
Right. Yeah.
Again, difficult to split 3 ways.
Oh well, I mean, Jar hasn't expressed much interest in gold yet. We'll just buy him an axe later or something.
Sure.
Yeah, just let it. Yeah, you guys should hold on to the gold. I don't know. I don't really have attachment to gold, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the gold he got in his last life was just like instantly ferried off into the abyss.
Yeah, give it to someone else.
All right, 20
I'll
each.
deal with.
Oh man. Okay.
All right, I would like to. Oh, sorry. Do you want to move anywhere, Saloon?
Oh, there I am.
You just step out of
Sorry,
the
there was
fire.
a scroll for casting Tetris floating disc.
That's right.
Want me to push you over by him to pick it up?
I mean, yeah, this is weird. This is weird paper thing. I guess you can have it. I don't know what it does.
I'll take a look at it and see what it is and go, oh great, and I'll just pocket it.
I'm expecting this carpet.
Just
It
fucking
has a nice
carpeting.
bird on the carpet.
It looks like a penis with wings.
Yeah, that's a penis.
Wait,
It's
sorry.
definitely a penis.
I am doing a proper investigation roll though. I need to. 2 + 4. Okay, well, still looks like a penis to me then, right?
I think you see what you want to see.
I'm taking it. I'm taking this one too. This one has to weigh like 5 tops, right? Because the other one weighed 20.
Yeah, this one doesn't weigh nearly as much, you remark to yourself.
My dude, what you gonna do with all those carpets? I guess they're worth quite a bit.
Selling them in town. So it weighs 5.
Yeah.
I'll put 5.
Yep.
I'll keep track of. Okay.
5. And I don't know
I'm
if
sure
you
there's
guys
a
heard
market out
me,
there
but
for
you also
penis
see
carpets.
some carved figurines over here.
Yeah, I'm also curious about those.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
you see one is of a dragon, and you've got some other beasts. Two of them are carved
Yeah.
of wood, and one is metal.
Which one's metal? The far left or the middle?
The middle one.
Alright, I'd like to inspect the metal one first.
Yeah, they're just various dragons or griffin.
Wait, I don't need to roll for it? Nothing's gonna happen?
Sorry, this one's a bull. There's a bull and 2 dragons.
Okay. Are they like
They're like-
intricate?
They
I'm
just
rolling investigation. Oh, I got a 4, so that's 8.
it looks pretty when you roll a 4.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yep. Those are some fine looking miniatures.
These look pretty cool. I bet they would sell for quite a bit.
I mean, I'll take them. I didn't really investigate. I didn't really see anything when I investigated. This one looks like it's a box. It's not a box.
Okay, if you add them to your inventory, they're £2 each.
Hey,
Sections?
no, hey, you looking got quite a bit of stuff there. You know, I could help you carry some of it. I don't really got anything.
Yeah, you want to carry these?
I'll take the carpet, dude.
You'll take the. Okay, I'm holding on to the carpet.
Can I just spend 10 minutes to ritually cast Detect Magic?
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So that means I get to cast Detect Magic without spending a spell slot. So any magic within 30 feet of me, I can tell whether or not something's magical. I can basically see a faint aura around it, and I can also learn the school of magic pertaining to it.
Alright, let's do that before I take.
Cool.
Because we haven't taken them yet.
I mean, I'll hold on to anything you want me to, I guess.
Yeah.
Just send me a trade offer.
So yeah, tell me what direction you want to scan your direct magic.
Where do you want to do it? Where do you want to be
Radius
standing
around.
first? Where do you
So
want to be standing?
anything I see within 30 feet.
You want to be standing here for it, Sasha?
I mean, I'll walk over and take a look.
Like from here?
The nothing in this room is magical, but as you see this wall, it's not blocking off the next room very well. So as you the wall is blocking you from scanning beyond it, but see how there's like a little crevasse through the wall? You can sense a bit of transmutation style magic emanating from the other room. But other than that, you don't sense any magic next to you.
Wait, that includes in this jar.
Sorry, I couldn't catch that. 2 people talking at the same time.
Sorry.
Yeah, nothing on the figurines or anything?
No, they are not magical.
Alright, they can take them.
Alright, I'm taking the figurines.
Alright, cool. I mean, just anything you don't want to carry. What's up?
Yeah. What kind of wood is these?
What kind of wood? Oh, God.
Mahogany.
I like this.
You would
They're
know.
mahogany? Do I know?
Yeah, you would know. You know all the woods. You have 99.
True.
Alright,
yeah.
you can carry the
They're
figurines.
Alright. Oh,
Just remember that.
mahogany figurines. Alright, cool. I got
Alright.
2 wooden and 1 metal, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 dragons and a bull. These actually might have some. Okay, these might
Yeah,
be
I mean,
better.
mahogany's a pretty valuable wood, if anything, if it
Yeah.
comes to that.
Alright, I'm pretty satisfied with this room now. So we have
Alright.
this wall might be passable, and these stairs are definitely
The
questionable
wall,
to the left.
the wall is impassable. There's just like not even a human size. It looks like this huge slab. It doesn't normally belong there, but it is blocking off there. But yeah, you can't slip through it.
Alright, well, I guess this is the end of this place.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if it was put there magically, or if it was just like built or like placed there by some big creature?
Well, you're looking at it with your magic, and you don't see any magic. Sorry, your detect magic.
I mean, like if somebody used magic to move the stone and then the spell finished, it wouldn't still be magical, right?
You know what? Probably not. But you do get to see like maybe perhaps even like residual magic. It's unclear how it was moved here, but either way, it is blocking off the main.
If I could roll a check.
Okay. I don't see why you guys are so interested in this wall. This is clearly the end of the dungeon, so
Yeah, I guess let's just move up the stairs.
yeah.
So
There are more things on this world, my dear friends. That...
Well, not from what I can see, so yeah, let's go check out what's
Alright.
up these stairs.
Let's want to go to the left stairs or try to inspect the rubble on the right. Actually, that one's probably blocked on purpose. Alright, really, I'm not on purpose, but really blocked.
Let's go up the stairs that are actually traversable.
Alright, so I'll just head over. I'd like to peek around the corner real careful first.
Okay.
By all means.
Alright, I'm peeking up the corner. I'm
Uh,
not gonna stealth, I just want
it's
to peek.
dark. You don't see anything.
Okay. I'd like to climb the stairs like one movement space at a time. You guys with me?
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
1,
I'm right behind him.
2.
That's why you don't.
Oh fuck!
That's why you don't use. Oh my god, he's
Oh
rolling.
god! Did that thing just
He's
hit
trying
us?
to.
So you can
Starting
roll a
to knock you
dexterity
out.
saving throw. A goblin, he rolls a big chunk of like column down, and he goes hee, and then skitters away.
Wait, all of us?
No,
I have a
just
plus
two of you. Just two of you roll a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, I have a +5 saving throw dexterity modifier.
Yeah, I got +2. So. Oh no, I have plus. No, I have +2.
So I have a nat 8.
Fighter saving throw?
I have a 13.
Let's see. I have a 15.
All right, you jump over the rolling column, and it just barely misses, and you even manage to like go up one step further. All right.
Okay.
Alright, I'd like to
These stairs.
So
this- Actually,
We're
you know
just
what?
falling up the stairs.
This might be a bad idea if we can't see up the stairs yet, but I'm gonna call that goblin a pussy boy in like a medium voice. I'm not gonna yell it. I'm just gonna be like, pussy boy.
you hear back in common. Oh, I'll show you soon enough. And
Alright, we're going
I
up.
mean,
the if you can kind of trace where my miniature's going, it's not exactly like this, but the room spits you out over here.
Oh, okay.
And you see the goblin skitter through this door. This is a doorway too. I don't know why it's. Oh, okay. From this side you can see the door better, but this side.
This is the top of the stairs where I am now.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Where? Yeah, the stairs spit you out in this room here.
Okay. Good. And where's that goblin?
The goblin is nowhere to be seen. There's a conspicuous looking fungus in this room, a chest, and this guy is hiding behind the fungus. He's barely hidden. He is a turtle looking person, and he is eyeing the chest, and then he looks back at you slowly, and then he looks back at the chest. He thinks he's hidden from you guys, but he's not very good at hiding.
so we all see him.
Yeah, yeah, you all see. You don't even have to roll.
Well, doesn't
Okay.
seem hostile.
He
Can I just
does
tell
not
him?
appear hostile. He's interested in the chest. You can tell though.
Can I just say like, hey buddy, what's going on? How you doing, man?
He kind of like he's very surprised that you noticed him, and
So pretty cool.
he says, "Oh,
Yes, we are senpai. We noticed you.
it's going okay. I guess to be honest, I've been here a long time, and I just want whatever's in that chest."
Oh, I mean, it's right there. Why don't you go take it?
Let's take a look. I'm going to investigate the chest and like check for traps.
Okay.
How does that work as an artificer versus as if a rogue were to do that?
Well, this would be checking for any secret mechanisms, any mechanical traps. If it's been less than 10 minutes since I cast Detect Magic, I can also check to see if there's any magical traps.
Yeah, I'll say that you still have your detect magic active, and you can scan for magic.
I'm still proficient in Thieves' Tools. I'm not a rogue.
You are proficient in them?
I'm proficient in Alchemist Supplies, Smith Tools, Thieves' Tools, Tinker's Tools, and some other ones.
Okay, yeah, then you can check for traps and disarm them as a rogue would. I would say if you're proficient in the thieves tools for sure.
Well, that to be sleight of hand or investigation?
You can add your intelligence. It's not those. You add your. Would it be in? Yeah, I'll say you can do investigation. That makes more sense.
Cool.
I was gonna say just do the flat bonus of the skills plus the stat, but I think investigation is fine here
Well,
too.
I'm not proficient in investigation anyway, so it would have been just plus the stat. But that's still not a great roll for 9.
9 plus, and then
No, I rolled a 6 plus 3.
ooh.
Yeah.
But then you also get to add your +2 as you are proficient in the thieves tools.
Oh, cool. Then 11.
Okay, you're like running your hand along the chest, and you feel a groove, and you start to set off a click with your hand, but then you ease up just barely, as like you just barely avoided setting off a mechanism.
Okay.
Okay. Can I try to disarm the mechanism now that I'm
Now I
under-
know there are mechanisms, but I didn't disarm anything with that low roll.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Okay, can I try to disarm them?
Yes, and I'm gonna say that since you know that it's there.
Yeah, that'd be like me giving the help action.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I
right.
select
You're
roll
kind of
side?
you're kind of both looking at it from different sides. You can kind of suss it out better since there's two of you looking at it.
Okay, I can roll.
Yeah,
sleight
so
of hand
if
for
running
that.
the help action, it would be a check with advantage for you.
Check with advantage. So what? Am I rolling sleight of hand or inspection?
Roll investigation to try and
Okay,
disarm.
investigation. 1 sec.
Or
Okay, I just. Go ahead. Everyone.
13 plus 4, 17. Oh, and should I add my thieves tools?
yeah, you're proficient in those, I believe. If you
Would that be?
Are you already proficient in investigation?
Yeah.
Then that would be.
Wait,
low.
no. Oh, so it's only one proficiency at a time? Okay, that's fine. So it's a 17 still.
after fiddling with it for a minute, you hear a click, and then you breathe a sigh of relief as you manage to disarm it, and the chest kind of swings open. But before you can even get a look at it, the turtle man yells, "Mine! I was here first!" And he tries to grab everything out of the chest. Do you do anything?
I see in the chest.
I'm gonna. Can I? I wonder. Is this?
Does he seem like a reasonable fellow?
I'd like to ask him something in Thieves' Cant. I think he's gonna speak. I wonder if he speaks Thieves' Cant.
Doesn't look like a. Doesn't look like a
No.
thieving type.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess he just wants. I'd like
but
to offer like. You can have.
before they manage to make it there, what can I see in the chest?
You see a potion, you see the gleam of coins, and you see a hatchet.
All right, I'm going to try my best to quickly swipe the potion.
Sleight of hand.
Hey.
I'm going to roll and the turtle man will roll against you.
I really hope he rolls low because I had a natural 2.
Okay, he got a 12. So
yeah,
he kind of like
modifier
he kind of
6, so
his big chubby turtle hand kind of like smacks your hand out of the way, and he kind of like brutishly like tries to like loom over the chest, like kind of body blocking the rest of the party from it. So
is he trying to?
now excuse you. We were the ones who opened it, so you're welcome to what's in here, but at least let me take that.
Okay, persuasion check.
Okay. 13.
He says, "Oh, okay, I probably would have gotten hurt if I opened it. So you have that." But then he kind of like he's kind of like his lower jaw is kind of like sliding back and forth as he like he wants to be greedy, but he kind of feels bad now. He's starting to feel a bit bad. So
Fucking Molly. Do I see the
So
hatchet?
I'll reach into the chest to grab the potion. Can I try to sleight of hand a coin or two with it?
did you roll for the potion to try and hand that?
I mean, the sleight of hand potion was the sticks. Now that he's letting me take the potion, I'm trying to sleight of hand coins when I grab the potion.
Oh, it's a bit hard to retroactively say it since there was already the contested roll of you.
Now that he's agreed to let me take the potion, I am reaching into the chest to grab the potion.
Oh, okay. Okay. So pause for a second.
Sure.
JR, there's already been that bit of interaction, and then you try to convince.
I see.
So the two of them get to try something, and then it's back to you. So there's a bit of like an action economy, a bit of back and forth.
Alright. I see the hatchet, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the hatchets. Is this like a really nice hatchet?
Yeah, it has like a greenish tint to the metal, and it looks to be of exceptional quality.
Oh my god. If you guys don't mind, can I take that hatchet? I just like scratching up my neck a bit, and just.
The turtle thinks
kinda
about it
neat.
for a second and says,
I mean,
"All
not that I want
right.
to or anything.
If I get the
mind if I grab
gold,
that?
then you have axe. But I want all
That's
of
the
it."
turtle.
Sorry, what was that, Dan?
He says, "I want all of the gold if you take axe."
Hello.
Okay.
Did that come through okay?
I think somebody dropped out of Discord for a sec.
Hello.
Hear us now?
Hello? Is it me? Did I drop out of Discord?
No,
that
you're
wasn't
still
you.
there.
It was Jerry. He couldn't hear us for a second, then he just reconnected, I think. Might still be muted. So I think he has default to mute when he comes into servers. Nope. Oh.
He's
yeah,
probably
it's
just trying to rejoin to get to work. Hello.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I just hang on one sec.
So Penor, do you do anything then?
Yeah, I kind of want this turtle's help more than I want this stuff. Let me think.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him. Okay, I'm gonna ask the turtle. If he likes gold.
Yeah, I like it just about as much as fish, he says. Why do you ask?
Well, if you'll help us out with the rest of this dungeon, the next little fight, there might be some scary monsters in this dungeon. Maybe there are, maybe they're not. But if you come along with us, and if there are any, fight them with us, I'll give you a whole bunch of gold. And I'm gonna roll deception.
Oh, okay.
To 12. Plus,
Yeah, with
plus
all
5,
this,
17.
he says, yeah, there's bad men going around. I can maybe take out one or two, but I don't want to stick my neck out too much. Then when I do that, I usually get hurt and have to go back in shell for a while. So he kind of like tentatively like shakes his head, and then like you can tell that he's only imagining like getting this gold from you now. That's all he's thinking about now.
Well, fine by me.
So he goes to scoop the gold out of the chest, and he's okay with you taking the hatchet. This would be your chance to try and take some of that gold if you wanted to, if you wanted to do another sleight of hand.
What happened? What happened to the hatchet? I sort of disconnected.
You can take it.
Oh shit! Hold on. What's that? It's green hatchet.
It's unclear so far, but it looks to be more powerful than a normal hatchet.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go for this. Just one last sleight of hand thing when I go to grab the potion. See if I can snag a coin or two. 7.
7
Total.
7 total. Oh man.
Yeah, my first attempt at sleight of hand was a natural 2. This was a 3. So.
So
Is someone vacuuming? What?
Oh yeah, I have to switch to my shitty mic because no one's not working.
I see.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to deal with that, or I can just deal with it. I'm not talking.
So he said when he sees that you're trying to like grab some of the gold pieces, he says, "Hey, I thought we had a deal. What? I'm supposed to fight for more gold. What?"
Sorry, my friend, couldn't resist.
He's kind of like taken aback and like,
I'm gonna wait. Can I roll a deception? That oh wait, no, you already said you couldn't resist, so I can't really pretend you did it by accident. All right, yeah, let's just play this out.
okay, he kind of steps back behind the weird looking fungus thing, and like he's kind of hesitant now. He doesn't seem so sure if he wants to help you guys. He says, all right, you guys go in the room first."
I mean,
Well, it is 5 to 10, so that's gonna have to be me calling it for the night.
Yeah, we can call it here.
all right.
Cool.
I'm totally getting that gold back from this guy next time. Oh man, or next week we could write
A
Blair
lot
as
of
the
greedy
turtle.
bastard characters, but this is one of them.
Yeah.